ខ្ញុំរស់នៅភូមិឈូកឃុំជីខលឺស្រុកស្រែអំបិលមុនទៅកន្លែងកាប់ពៅខ្ញុំឡើងលុបមុខដូរថ្មីហើយនឹងរៀបពាក់ខោអាវកាប់ពៅហើយនឹងយកកាំបិតហើយនឹងយកកធួបាយทั้งយាមយកទៅដាក់លើគោយាម
This is Set. He's 11 years old and he works 10 hours a day to earn £1.60. Set is just one of hundreds of children campaigners say may work in plantations at harvest time, exporting sugar directly to the EU through British sugar giant Tate and Lyle.
មួយអាទិត្យខ្ញុំទៅធ្វើការនៅកន្លែងកាប់ពៅប្រហែលជា 4-5 ដង អត់សូវចូលចិត្តប៉ុន្តែអត់លុយក៏ចេះតែកាប់ទៅការងារនឹងពិបាកក្តៅហត់គ្មានកម្លាំងពេលមកដល់ផ្ទះម្ដងចង់តែដេក
Tate and Lyle Suppliers are two companies known jointly as KSL. For the past 2 years, they've sold 100% of their sugarcane to Tate and Lyle Sugars.
គេយកទៅដាំឈូសទាំងអស់គេឈូសជួដាំអំពៅមិនថាពីកន្លែងណាទេនៅជើងភ្នំអ្វីក៏គេដាំដែរមានច្រើនហើយដីនោះធំហើយមានខ្ទមឲ្យដាំដំណាំច្រើនហើយក៏គេឈូសចូលអស់ដុតខ្ទមចូលវាយចូល
And we reduce our carbon footprint a little more by shipping it over here to the UK. So even though our sugar comes in brown or white, it's also very green.
Tate and Lyle buy their sugar from Cambodia through the European Union's Everything But Arms Initiative, or EBA. The scheme is intended to strengthen the economies of the world's least developed countries. Under the EBA, sugar imports are guaranteed a minimum price per ton, and they enter the EU market free of quota and import tariffs. The scheme has resulted in the rapid growth of Cambodia's agribusiness industry. Sugar exports to the EU have rocketed from sales of €10,000 in 2001 to $10 million last year, and the Cambodian government has made it easy for companies to cash in on the crop. In the past few years, they've cleared nearly 100,000 hectares of land for sugar plantations alone.
By giving EBA, by opening the door of the EU market, we are supporting, the private sector in its own development.
Local and international companies have swooped in and have leased out plantations across the country. Yet, many of the land deals have been controversial, with activists claiming that much of the land for those plantations has been stolen by the Cambodian government from small-scale farmers. One thing is certain, and that's that the EU has benefited hugely from the deal. Last year, nearly 97% of all the sugar exported from Cambodia was sold straight to the EU. Most of it seems to have been bought by Tate and Lyle, which imported 99% of the EU's Cambodian stock. Tate and Lyle Sugars are the EU's largest cane sugar producers. And while Cambodian sugar imports are still small, Tate and Lyle supplies a vast network of buyers. That means that even just a little bit of the sugar grown here in Cambodia may be in the soft drinks, sweets, biscuits, and desserts we consume every day in the EU. Not everyone is benefiting from this trade. Villagers claim they've been forced off their land, threatened with violence, and have lost their farms, income, and livestock because of the plantations. Now, rights groups behind a clean sugar campaign are calling on the EU to suspend the trade scheme. They say it hurts Cambodia's farmers more than it helps them. They've also accused sugar companies of complicity in human rights abuses, including the very same suppliers that sell sugar to Tate and Lyle.
មានដីខ្លួនឯងស្រួលជាងព្រោះកាយគេពិបាកហត់រោគតម្រុំតែបាន10000ដល់ជិត100បាច់ហើយមួយបាច់20ដើមតម្រុំតែបានហត់ជ្រុះញើសអស់ប្រហែលជាប្រហែល100ណោះសង្ឃឹមចង់បានដីមកវិញណាតែគេមិនអោយសោះតវ៉ាយ៉ាងណាក៏គេមិនអោយតវ៉ាធ្វើកម្មភាពគប់ជាយ៉ាងមិនក៏គេមិនអោយដល់តែមានអ្វីមកជួយដោះស្រាយ
Tate and Lyle is now being sued by 200 Cambodian families. Backed by a British law firm, they claim they were forcibly evicted from their land to make way for plantations. And they want compensation for what is now grown on those plantations. If successful, the claim could reach up to £10 million in damages. Tate and Lyle are fighting the lawsuit. They deny that their supplier was involved in land clearances and say that when the land was granted for the plantations, it was owned by the Cambodian government. They say they used a third party to audit their supplier and that it fully complied with their standards. They also claim that the sugar they buy from Cambodia is free from any human rights abuses. The villagers hope their case will be successful, for a victory in the High Court for the 200 Cambodian families could send a strong message to multinationals that the business practices of their suppliers abroad have far-ranging consequences.
Màទឹកទៅម្ដងពីរដងខ្ញុំរៀននៅឆ្លាតខលលឺជួយចិត្តបើសិនតែកាប់បើសិនតែកាប់បើបានលុយទៅកាប់បើសិនតែបានបើសិនតែកាប់បើមកបានលុយទៅសាលារៀនបើសិនតែអត់លុយទៅកាប់បើ